Thank you. I think there's only one other person after me, so try and stay awake. First of all, I'd like to call out to La Mesa senior, very senior softball league, which I'm a part of. A bunch of them are here. Last time I did a thing, I told you how to recognize them. In one hand, they got their baseball mitt. In the other, they have their urinary catheter, you know? That's how we keep our fields irrigated. But you know what? I'm sort of like their unofficial doctor. They come to me every game when they hurt their hip, their arm, they can't throw, to give them advice. They think I'm an orthopod, but I'm not. I'm a cardiologist, so I can only do what my training says, and I do my best. So yeah, I sent a sore shoulder for open heart surgery a couple weeks ago. They seem to do okay, you know, and the guy pulled a groin muscle and he just received a cardiac transplant, and they're not complaining. But listen, we're all old, we're doing our best, and the one thing we have in common that benefits me, well, it's on their hats. You see one of our guys over there has a hat, it says SD. Now you think it's San Diego, right? But it's not. Severe dementia. Well, hey doc, look at this new chest scar I got going all the way down. I don't know where I got it, but it sure is cool, is it? Yeah, it is. Anyways, you know, the other day I was brushing my teeth. Crest 3D white with charcoal. Have you seen this? Charcoal for white teeth. You gotta be kidding me. And then I'm thinking, well, think about all those coal miners. They're down in the coal mine. They come up, dusted totally black all over their bodies. But their teeth are pretty darn white, you know? But then you read the back of the tube, and it said, for best results, when finished, screw on cap and sit upright. So I assumed I had to brush my teeth lying down to get the benefit. So I tried that in the bed, and I got charcoal and toothpaste all over. My wife had me sleep on the couch that night. But crazier than that, in the back of the tube it says, if you swallow more than a little of this toothpaste, call poison control immediately. So if you call poison control, do you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, take the number1 thing to bind the charcoal toxin. Number 1 recommendation is give charcoal. Yeah, so this is true. So little Johnny just swallowed charcoal toothpaste. What do I do? Call poison control. I did. They said to give charcoal. We don't have any. Oh, yes, we do. Little Johnny. And you squirt the tube of toothpaste down little Johnny, and it binds a toxin, and he's great. Of course, for the next 2 months, he shits charcoal briquettes 4 times a day. Bring him any campfire you want, and he'll take care of it. You know, when I was 8 years old, my father was transferred to a Bible Belt farming community in Michigan. There was only one Jewish family, us. I was the first Jewish kid almost anybody ever met. Now, this isn't true now, but in 1959, the nuns in the catechism classes told the students that I was the product of the devil. And if they wanted to believe it, just come up to me and feel around in my hair and you will find the horns, honest to God. So this is the first few weeks of school, people coming up, going like this, horns, horns. Well, that's how I lost some hair, by the way. Yeah, just, you know. And now even horniness and horns, I mean, it's a phobia to me. In college, if I was out with a girl drinking and she said she was horny, I'd impulsively reach for her hair and feel around. It was not what foreplay should be, believe me. So my parents didn't know how to handle this distaste for Jewish people that they were faced with, and decided we needed to conform. So they wanted us to celebrate both Christmas and Hanukkah together. Well, I didn't know these traditions of Christmas. So the first time my mom took me to see Santa Claus at the mall, I get up on old Santa's lap, and I didn't pull his beard. And I didn't ask for that Carmine Red Ryder air rifle. I asked Santa if he was circumcised. That's not the worst part. He said he was. You can imagine what that does to an 8-year-old boy. And for Christmas, I got a little foreskin in my stocking. I didn't know. Go figure. So along came Christmas, and we had choir every day. And I was told I would have to sing every song. My mom said, it's okay, but don't say the word Christ. Christ, I didn't know what. So my teacher said, I said, I can't say Christ or Jesus. She said, well, then you're going to go to detention if you don't. Well, as a Jew, we know all about detention, right? So I decided I was going to sing so loud and be a part of everything and have people like me, you know? So it was like, oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord! And I just shouted out throughout the whole auditorium, and some of my classmates cheered because I think they thought they saved one Jew from burning in hell. Now, fast forward 40 years, when I went to the first Christmas church service with my wife, who was a devout Catholic, you know, we were sitting there and they started singing. I think it was, go tell it on the mountain, over the hill and everywhere, go tell it on the mountain. And impulsively, I stood up and, Jesus Christ is born! And the whole service stopped and looked at me. And from then on, Christmas services, my wife set me in the back of the church. And the morning of, she fed me a Xanax. Xanax for breakfast. So, I think the other thing my teacher made me do, I think on purpose, that I was going to present the story of Christmas at the big parent-teacher meeting, the Christmas party for parent, teachers, and students. Now, that's like asking a Protestant kid to read the Torah in Hebrew. I mean, come on. I didn't know anything about Jesus, you know? I think, listen, I was 8 years old and I could tell you the whole Detroit Tigers lineup. But I didn't know anything about Jesus. I knew one person named Jesus, he played for the Giants. And so they practiced and it wasn't working, and finally I was in tears the night before the contest, the show. So my mom wrote the story of Christmas on the inside of my pants. You know, sort of a crib sheet for desperate Jews, huh? So I get up there, you know, everybody's there and the lights are on, and I'm looking down, and they all think I'm looking down because I'm nervous. No, I'm about to read my pants. And so I go, okay, hi, I'm Alan Maisel, and I'm presenting the story of Christmas. I'm your token Jew from Eagle Elementary. Once upon a time, there were these three wise guys, wise men. They were on their way to Bethlehem, and to see something very famous. And when they got there, they saw Peter, Paul, and Mary, and Joseph. And there was a manger, and there was a very famous guy in there that the whole world now knows, and his name is Levi Strauss. But you know, being Jewish, the only Jewish kid really made me the smartest and funniest version of myself. Not to mention, I was a really good wrestler because I was in fights every day. And in fact, in 10th grade at 95 pounds, I was invited to the state wrestling tournament. And I wrestled my way all the way to the quarterfinals. And then I met a guy that I wrestled from Howell, Michigan. Howell, Michigan is a home, the Michigan chapter of the Ku Klux Klan, and it's founded the whole United States of the John Birch Society. This kid never met a Jew he liked, and he was beating the crap out of me. It was the third period, and I was down on my stomach. He was just purposely on top of me, grinding my head as hard as he could. Broke my nose, popped all my zits, and I was in tears and I was crying, and I just couldn't wait for it to be over. And then he leaned down, he spit in my ear, and he said, "Take that, dirty Jew." And then somehow, out came the Incredible Hulk. I don't even remember, but my coach said, I lifted this guy up over my head, and I slammed him down to the ground, and I put my foot on his face. I broke his nose and popped a few of his frickin' zits, and I pinned his ass. And that was it I won the quarterfinals. In the semifinals, yeah. Now I was in the semifinals. It was the third period, the score was tied, and I was so tired. I didn't think I had to make it. I needed inspiration. My coach knew I did. He called me over and said, "Alan, I just heard that coach tell his kid to go take care of that gutless kike." Out came the Hulk. I pinned this guy in another minute. Huh? I won the semifinals. I lost the finals, big time. I lost it so bad there's nothing I could do to bring forth the Incredible Hulk. The guy I wrestled was Saul Rubenstein. So I couldn't be Saul, but I hopefully scored a few points with you guys. Thank you very much.